Close your eyes and take a deep, nourishing breath. Feel yourself settling into this sacred moment, this divine appointment with your highest self and the infinite abundance that surrounds you. You are here because something within you knows, truly knows, that you were born for prosperity. You were not created to struggle, to worry, or to lack. You were fashioned by the divine intelligence of the universe to be a magnificent channel through which abundance flows freely and effortlessly. Right now, in this very moment, I want you to understand something profound that will shift everything for you. Your prosperity consciousness is not something you need to acquire from outside yourself. It is not hidden in some distant place that you must journey to find. It lives within you already, planted there by the Creator, as surely as a seed holds within it the entire oak tree. What we are doing together over these 21 days is not building something new, but awakening what has always been yours. We are removing the mental barriers, the false beliefs, the inherited limitations that have kept your natural prosperity consciousness asleep. Florence Scovel Shinn taught us that our words are our wands, and she was absolutely right. The universe is a mirror, reflecting back to us exactly what we speak into it, exactly what we believe about ourselves and our worthiness. For too long, perhaps, you have spoken words of limitation. Perhaps you have said, "I can't afford that," or "Money is so hard to come by," or "I'm just not good with finances." These words, innocent as they may seem, have been creating your reality. They have been programming your subconscious mind to repel the very abundance you desire. But today, this moment, we draw a line in the sand. Today you begin speaking a new language, the language of prosperity, the language of your divine inheritance. The universe does not know lack. In nature, you see abundance everywhere. One apple tree does not produce one apple, it produces hundreds. One dandelion does not scatter one seed, it releases thousands upon the wind. The ocean does not give you one wave, it gives you endless waves, crashing upon the shore in infinite succession. This is the true nature of the universe, and you are not separate from this nature. You are an integral part of it. The same intelligence that causes the apple tree to bear fruit abundantly is the intelligence that desires to prosper you beyond your wildest imagination. But here is what you must grasp with every fiber of your being. Prosperity is not just about money. Money is simply one form of abundance, one way that the universe delivers good to you. True prosperity consciousness encompasses health, love, creativity, opportunities, relationships, peace of mind, and yes, financial wealth. When you activate your prosperity consciousness, you are opening yourself to receive the full spectrum of abundance in every area of your life. You are declaring to the universe, "I am ready, I am worthy, I am open to receive all the good that has been prepared for me since before time began." Your mind may try to argue with this truth. It may whisper doubts, reminding you of past failures, current bills, or the balance in your bank account. This is normal. Your mind has been trained to focus on what it can see with physical eyes. But spiritual law operates differently. Spiritual law says that what you cannot yet see is far more real than what you can see. Your prosperity exists first in consciousness, in the invisible realm of thought and belief, and from there, it manifests into physical form. This is why we must work on consciousness first. Change your consciousness, and your circumstances must follow, for they are simply effects, and consciousness is the cause. I invite you now to make a decision, a real commitment to yourself and to the prosperity that is seeking you just as surely as you are seeking it. For the next 21 days, you will feed your mind new thoughts, speak new words, and take new actions aligned with prosperity consciousness. 21 days is all it takes to begin forming a new habit, to create new neural pathways in your brain, to establish a new set point for what you expect from life. You have spent, perhaps years, perhaps decades, practicing lack consciousness. Now you will practice prosperity consciousness with the same dedication, but with far more joyful results. As you move forward from this moment, know that you are not alone in this journey. the entire universe is conspiring in your favor. Every spiritual law is working on your behalf. The divine intelligence that created you is fully committed to your prosperity, your success, your abundance in all things. Your part is simply to align your thoughts, words, and beliefs with this truth. Your part is to become a clear channel, removing the mental debris that has blocked your good. And this is exactly what we will do together, step by step, day by day, until prosperity consciousness becomes as natural to you as breathing. Now that you have made this commitment, we must address the invisible chains that have held you back from your prosperity. These chains are not made of iron or steel. They are made of belief, of conditioning, of words spoken over you, and words you have spoken over yourself. Florence Scovel Shinn called this the burden of the subconscious mind, and it is perhaps the single greatest obstacle between you and the wealth that is rightfully yours. But here is the magnificent truth. What the mind has created, the mind can uncreate. What has been programmed can be reprogrammed. You are not a victim of your past conditioning. You are the master of your future reality. Think back to your earliest memories about money. What did you hear as a child? Perhaps you heard that money doesn't grow on trees, or that rich people are greedy, or that you have to work hard for every penny. Perhaps you absorbed the anxiety in your parents' voices when bills arrived, or felt the tension at the dinner table when finances were discussed. These experiences, though they may seem insignificant now, have been running like software programs in your subconscious mind, creating your financial reality without your conscious awareness. Every struggle you have experienced with money has been an outpicturing of these deeply held beliefs. But you are no longer that child, absorbing information without question. You are now awake, aware, and ready to install new programming. The subconscious mind is incredibly powerful, but it is also remarkably simple. It does not judge whether a belief is true or false, good or bad, helpful or harmful. It simply accepts what you impress upon it and works tirelessly to make it real in your experience. This is why affirmations, when used correctly, are so transformative. You are literally speaking new instructions to your subconscious mind, giving it new orders about what to create in your life. When you affirm, "Infinite riches are now flowing to me easily and effortlessly," you are not lying to yourself or engaging in wishful thinking. You are declaring a spiritual truth and commanding your subconscious to align with that truth. But affirmations alone are not enough if you speak them with your lips while your heart holds doubt. This is where many people fail in their manifestation practice. They recite beautiful words, but underneath those words runs a current of disbelief. "Infinite riches are flowing to me," they say, while thinking, "But not really, not for someone like me, not now." This divided consciousness produces divided results, or often no results at all. What we need is unity of mind, heart, and word. We need to feel the truth of what we are speaking, to let it resonate in every cell of our being until it becomes more real to us than our current circumstances. Here is a powerful exercise that Florence Scovel Shinn herself taught. Take any limiting belief you have about money and reverse it completely. If you believe, "I never have enough," reverse it to, "I always have more than enough." If you believe, "Money is hard to come by," reverse it to, "Money comes to me easily from expected and unexpected sources." Write these reversed statements down. Speak them aloud multiple times a day. But most importantly, when you speak them, pause and feel what it would be like if they were already true. Imagine the relief, the freedom, the joy of living in that reality. Your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you couple your words with feeling and imagination, you create a powerful imprint that begins to reshape your reality immediately. Understand that this is not manipulation or trying to trick the universe. This is aligning yourself with laws that are already in operation, laws that govern the entire cosmos. The law of attraction states that like attracts like. When you vibrate at the frequency of abundance, you attract abundant circumstances, people, and opportunities. When you vibrate at the frequency of lack, you attract more lack, It is that simple and that profound. Your thoughts and feelings are energy, and energy always attracts matching energy. This is physics as much as it is spirituality. As we continue this journey together, I want you to become vigilant about your inner dialogue. Listen to what you say to yourself about money, about your worthiness, about your capabilities. When you catch yourself speaking words of limitation, stop immediately. Do not judge yourself harshly. Simply recognize the old pattern and consciously choose a new response. Say, cancel, clear, delete, if that helps you, and then speak the truth. I am a magnet for money. Prosperity flows to me from all directions. I am worthy of unlimited abundance. The more you practice this conscious correction, the faster the old patterns will dissolve, making room for the prosperity consciousness that is your birthright. Your transformation over these 21 days depends not on how perfectly you execute each exercise, but on how willing you are to let go of the old story and embrace the new. You must become willing to see yourself differently, to see money differently, to see the universe differently. You must become willing to believe that you are special, that you are favored, that you are designed for success and abundance. This is not arrogance, this is truth. Every person is designed for abundance, but not every person claims it. You are among those who are ready to claim it, to step into it, to become it. And so it is. As you begin to shift your consciousness, you will notice something miraculous happening in your external world. Opportunities that were always there but invisible to you will suddenly appear. People will seem to show up at exactly the right moment with exactly what you need. Resources will present themselves in ways that surprise and delight you. This is not coincidence, and it is not magic in the supernatural sense. This is the natural operation of spiritual law. When you change your inner world, your outer world must rearrange itself to match. Florence Scovel Shinn called this the law of correspondence, and she demonstrated its truth in countless lives, including her own. But here is what you must understand about this process. There will be a period of time between planting the seed of new consciousness and seeing the harvest in your physical reality. This is the testing time, the time when your faith is strengthened, the time when you must hold steady to your new beliefs, even when circumstances have not yet caught up. Many people fail at this stage. They begin the work with enthusiasm. They speak the affirmations. They feel the excitement of possibility. But when results do not appear immediately, they return to their old patterns of doubt and limitation. Do not let this be you. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust that the universe is working on your behalf, even when you cannot see evidence of it yet. Think of a farmer who plants seeds in the ground. He does not dig them up every day to check if they are growing. He does not stand over the field anxiously demanding that the crops appear immediately. He plants the seeds, waters them, and trusts that the natural laws of growth are at work beneath the surface. In due time, the harvest appears. Your prosperity works the same way. Every affirmation you speak is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Every visualization you practice is water and sunlight nourishing that seed. Every act of faith you take is cultivation that prepares the ground for your harvest. The harvest is coming. It is absolutely, definitively coming. Your only job is to maintain your consciousness of abundance while you wait. During this waiting period, the universe will often test you, not because it wants you to fail, but because it wants to strengthen your faith and ensure you are truly ready for the abundance you are calling forth. These tests may come in the form of unexpected bills, delays in payment, or opportunities that seem to fall through at the last moment. When these things happen, you have a choice. You can interpret them as evidence that your manifestation is not working, or you can see them as the last gasp of the old consciousness trying to maintain its grip on your life. Choose wisely. Your interpretation becomes your reality. Florence Scovel Shinn taught us to bless everything, even apparent obstacles and challenges. When a bill arrives that you did not expect, instead of panicking and declaring poverty, bless it. Say, I bless this bill, and I bless the money that is already on its way to pay it. I give thanks for my divine supply that never runs dry. When a business deal falls through, instead of despair, declare, Something better is coming. The universe is protecting me from what is not for my highest good and preparing something far greater. This is not denial of reality. This is knowing a deeper reality than what appears on the surface. This is living from consciousness rather than from circumstances. I want you to begin practicing what I call living from the end. This is a technique that assumes the wish fulfilled, that lives as if your prosperity is already here. How would you feel if you had all the money you desire right now? Would you feel peaceful, confident, generous, free? Start feeling those feelings now. How would you carry yourself if you were already wealthy? Would you walk differently, speak differently, make decisions differently? Start embodying that version of yourself now. How would you treat money if you knew more was always coming? Would you be stingy and fearful, or relaxed and generous? Start practicing that relationship with money now, even with small amounts. This is not about spending money you do not have or being irresponsible with your finances. This is about shifting your energy, your vibration, your consciousness to match the reality you desire. When you live from the end, you send a powerful signal to the universe that says, I am ready. I am already living as my prosperous self. I am no longer waiting for circumstances to change before I claim my good. And the universe, which is always responsive, must bring you the circumstances that match this new state of being. It is law. It cannot work any other way. As you practice living from the end, you will find that gratitude becomes your natural state. You will begin to notice and appreciate the abundance that already exists in your life. You have air to breathe, water to drink, a body that functions, a mind that thinks, opportunities to create and serve. These are not small things. These are extraordinary gifts. When you cultivate gratitude for what you have, you create a magnetic field that attracts more to be grateful for. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrations in the universe, and it is also one of the most powerful manifestation tools you possess. End each day by listing at least 5 things you are grateful for, and watch how your prosperity consciousness expands exponentially. What you appreciate, appreciates. What you focus on with thanksgiving multiplies in your experience. This is the secret that has been taught by every spiritual master throughout history, and it is available to you right now, in this moment, as you activate your prosperity consciousness. Now we must address a critical element of prosperity consciousness that many people overlook: your relationship with giving. Florence Scovel Shinn understood that the universe operates on the principle of circulation, not accumulation. Money is energy, and like all energy, it must flow. When you dam up a river, the water becomes stagnant and lifeless. When you allow it to flow freely, it stays fresh, clear, and life-giving. Your money must flow in the same way. You must become as willing to give as you are to receive. For giving and receiving are 2 sides of the same coin. You cannot have one without the other. Many people in lack consciousness hoard what little they have, gripping it tightly out of fear that there will not be more. This very act of hoarding sends a message to the universe that says, I believe in scarcity. I do not trust that more is coming. And the universe, being the perfect mirror that it is, reflects this belief back by ensuring that more does not come. Conversely, when you give freely and joyfully, even when you feel you have little to give, you send a powerful message that says, I trust in my infinite supply. I know that as I give, I receive. I know that the universe is abundant and that there is always more where this came from. And the universe must honor this faith by ensuring that your supply is constantly replenished and multiplied. But your giving must come from the right consciousness. Do not give out of obligation, guilt, or the desire to manipulate outcomes. Do not give in order to receive, for that is not true giving. That is bartering. Give because it brings you joy. Give because you recognize the divinity in others and want to bless them. Give because you are so certain of your own prosperity that sharing feels natural and effortless. When you give from this place of overflow rather than depletion, you create a circuit of abundance that enriches everyone it touches, including yourself. Florence Scovel Shinn often said, give and you shall receive. She did not say give so that you shall receive, but give and you shall receive. The receiving is automatic, built into the spiritual law itself. Start small if you must, but start now. Give a smile to a stranger. Give a word of encouragement to someone who is struggling. Give a few dollars to a cause you believe in or to someone in need. Give your time, your attention, your talents. The amount is not important. What matters is the consciousness behind the giving. When you give with an open heart and a knowing that you are a channel of abundance, you activate the law of increase in your life. You cannot outgive the universe. It is impossible. For every seed you plant through your giving, you will receive a harvest that is 30, 60, or 100-fold. This is not theory. This is spiritual law, as reliable as gravity. At the same time, you must learn to receive with grace and gratitude. Many people block their prosperity by being unable or unwilling to receive. Someone offers them a compliment, and they deflect it. Someone offers them help, and they refuse it out of pride. Someone offers them a gift, and they feel uncomfortable or unworthy. If you cannot receive the small blessings that come to you daily, how can you expect to receive the large abundance you are praying for? Practice receiving. When someone compliments you, simply say, "Thank you." When someone offers to help you, accept with appreciation. When opportunities come to you, embrace them instead of questioning whether you deserve them. You are worthy simply because you exist. The universe wants to give to you, let it. This balance between giving and receiving creates what Florence Scovel Shinn called the divine circulation. You give freely, trusting in your supply. You receive graciously, knowing you are worthy. Money flows through you to bless others and flows back to you multiplied. You become a clear channel, an open conduit through which the infinite abundance of the universe can pour. This is your true purpose regarding wealth, not to accumulate and hoard, but to circulate and bless. The wealthiest people are not those who have the most, but those through whom the most flows. When you understand this, you free yourself from the anxiety and stress that so many people feel about money. You are not trying to control or clutch, you are simply allowing, flowing, trusting. As you continue through these 21 days, pay attention to every opportunity to give and receive. Notice when you hold back from giving out of fear. Notice when you push away blessings because you feel unworthy of receiving. These are the moments when you can consciously choose differently, aligning yourself more deeply with prosperity consciousness. Each choice to give freely is a declaration of abundance. Each choice to receive gratefully is an affirmation of worthiness. And with each declaration and affirmation, your consciousness shifts more fully into alignment with the wealth that is already yours in the spiritual realm and is now making its way into your physical experience. The universe is responding to your new consciousness. The channels are opening, the abundance is flowing. All you must do is remain in this state of giving, receiving, and trusting, knowing that your prosperity is as certain as the sunrise. It is already done in consciousness, and what is done in consciousness must manifest in form. This is law, and law does not fail. We now arrive at one of the most powerful aspects of prosperity consciousness, the use of your divine imagination. Florence Scovel Shinn knew that imagination is not mere fantasy or daydreaming. It is the creative workshop of your mind, the place where all physical reality is first formed. Before anything exists in the material world, it must first exist in imagination. The chair you sit on, the device you hold, the building you inhabit, all of these things were once invisible thoughts in someone's imagination before they became visible, tangible realities. Your wealth is no different. It exists first in your imagination, and from there, it moves into manifestation. But most people use their imagination against themselves. They imagine worst-case scenarios, financial disasters, and continued struggle. They replay past failures in their mind's eye, reinforcing the very patterns they wish to escape. They imagine conversations where they are rejected, situations where they are humiliated, outcomes where they fail. And because the subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a real experience and a vividly imagined one, it treats these negative imaginings as instructions and proceeds to create matching circumstances in the outer world. You have been using your imagination your entire life, whether you realized it or not. The question is, have you been using it to create prosperity or poverty? From this moment forward, you must discipline your imagination. You must take control of this magnificent creative power and use it deliberately to build the prosperity you desire. Several times each day, close your eyes and see yourself living in complete financial abundance. Do not imagine it as something far off in the future. Imagine it as happening now, in the present moment. See yourself checking your bank account and feeling joy at the balance. See yourself paying your bills with ease and having plenty left over. See yourself making purchases without anxiety, giving generously without worry, investing wisely without fear. Make these images as vivid and detailed as possible. What are you wearing? Where are you standing? What emotions are you feeling? The more real you can make it in your imagination, the more quickly it will manifest in your reality. Florence Scovel Shinn taught us to imagine the thing done, not the process of getting there, not the struggle to achieve it, but the end result already accomplished. This is crucial. When you imagine yourself trying to get wealthy, you remain in the consciousness of not having. When you imagine yourself already wealthy, you claim it in consciousness, and what is claimed in consciousness must appear in form. Imagine yourself receiving unexpected checks in the mail. Imagine business opportunities falling into your lap. Imagine people seeking you out to hire you or work with you. Imagine money flowing to you from expected and unexpected sources. Do this with feeling, with conviction, with the absolute knowing that what you are imagining is not fantasy but the spiritual reality that is even now taking form in the material world. There is a powerful technique that accelerates manifestation, and it involves creating what I call a prosperity scene. Choose one specific scene that would imply your financial abundance is already realized. It might be a scene of you holding a bank statement showing a large balance, or signing papers for your dream home, or taking your family on a vacation you could never afford before, or writing a generous check to your favorite charity. Choose one scene, just one, and replay it in your imagination every single day, preferably right before sleep and immediately upon waking. These are the times when your subconscious mind is most receptive to impression. See the scene from your own eyes, as if you are actually there experiencing it. Feel the emotions you would feel. Hear the sounds you would hear. Touch the textures you would touch. Live in that scene in your imagination until it feels more real than your current circumstances. Your mind will resist this practice. It will tell you that you are being foolish, that you are wasting time, that imagining something does not make it real. Ignore these protests. They come from the old consciousness that has kept you in limitation. The new consciousness knows that imagination is the beginning of creation, that what is vividly imagined and emotionally felt must manifest. Every great achievement in human history began as someone's imagined possibility. The Wright brothers imagined human flight before anyone believed it was possible. Thomas Edison imagined the light bulb before electricity was understood. You are imagining your prosperity, and it is just as certain to manifest as their inventions did, because you are working with the same creative laws they used. As you practice this imaginative work, you may notice synchronicities beginning to occur. A person you have not thought of in years suddenly contacts you with an opportunity. You find money in an old coat pocket. A bill is smaller than you expected. Someone offers to pay you for a service you did not even know they needed. These are not coincidences. These are the universe responding to your new consciousness, showing you that your imagination is working, that the laws are operating, that your prosperity is on its way. Do not dismiss these small signs. Celebrate them. Give thanks for them. They are the first fruits of your harvest, proof that the seeds you have planted in consciousness are sprouting and growing beneath the surface. More is coming, much more. Your imagination, combined with your faith, your words, and your actions, is creating a tidal wave of abundance that will soon sweep into your life with a force that will astound you. Stay faithful to your imaginative work. Stay consistent with your prosperity scene. And watch as the invisible becomes visible, as the imagined becomes actual, as your prosperity consciousness manifests, as prosperity in every area of your life. As we come to the completion of this activation, I want to impress upon you one final truth that will carry you through not just these 21 days, but through the rest of your life. You are not working to become prosperous. You are not striving to earn abundance. You are not trying to convince the universe to give you what you do not have. You are simply awakening to what has always been true. You are prosperity itself. You are abundance personified. You are a unique expression of the infinite riches of the universe, and wealth is your natural state, your divine inheritance, your spiritual birthright. Florence Scovel Shinn understood that the greatest barrier to manifestation is the belief that we are separate from our good, that we must somehow bridge a gap between where we are and where we want to be. But there is no gap. There is no separation. The abundance you seek is not outside of you, waiting to be attained. It is within you, waiting to be recognized and claimed. You are not a beggar petitioning a reluctant universe for scraps from its table. You are a beloved child of the divine, and everything that belongs to the Father belongs to you. This is not arrogance. This is the truth that sets you free from limitation and opens the floodgates of prosperity. The work you have done over these 21 days has not created your prosperity. It has simply removed the mental blocks, the false beliefs, the inherited limitations that were hiding your prosperity from your awareness. Like a sculptor who does not create the statue but simply removes the excess marble to reveal the masterpiece that was always there, you have been chipping away at the false self, the poverty consciousness, the sense of unworthiness, to reveal the prosperous being you have always been. And now, as you stand in this new consciousness, you will find that opportunities, resources, ideas, and money begin to flow to you with an ease that would have seemed impossible before. This is not because you are finally good enough or worthy enough. This is because you finally know that you were always good enough, always worthy enough, always enough. Moving forward, there will be moments when the old consciousness tries to reassert itself. You will have days when doubt creeps in, when circumstances seem to contradict everything you have learned, when your mind whispers that this prosperity consciousness is just wishful thinking. In those moments, come back to this truth. Consciousness always precedes manifestation. The fact that you cannot yet see your abundance with your physical eyes does not mean it is not real. The oak tree is fully present in the acorn, even though you cannot see it. Your prosperity is fully present in your consciousness, and it is even now taking form in ways you cannot yet perceive. Trust the process. Trust the law. Trust yourself. Continue to speak your affirmations with conviction. Continue to practice your prosperity scene with feeling. Continue to give and receive with an open heart. Continue to bless your bills, your bank account, your financial situations, knowing that blessings create more to bless. Continue to live from the end, embodying the consciousness of the wealthy person you are, not the struggling person you were. These are not temporary practices to be abandoned once you see results. These are your new way of being, your permanent operating system, the consciousness from which you will live for the rest of your life. Prosperity consciousness is not a destination you arrive at. It is a state you inhabit, a perspective you maintain, a truth you embody, regardless of outer circumstances. I want you to make a solemn declaration right now, speaking it aloud if you are able. I am prosperous. I am abundant. I am a magnet for money and all good things. Infinite riches flow to me now from expected and unexpected sources. I am a clear channel for divine abundance. I am open and receptive to all the wealth, health, love, and success that the universe has prepared for me. I claim my prosperity now, not as something I will have someday, but as something I am and have always been. I give thanks for my limitless supply, for the perfect outworking of every situation, for the abundant life I now live. I am worthy. I am ready. I am prosperous. and so it is. These 21 days mark the beginning of your new life, not the end of your journey. You have activated your prosperity consciousness, and now you must maintain it, nurture it, and allow it to express itself more fully with each passing day. There will be tests and challenges, yes, but you now have the tools to meet them from a place of strength and knowing, rather than fear and lack. You have the words to speak that will shift any situation. You have the imagination to create solutions where none seem to exist. You have the faith to stand firm when everything around you seems to shake. You have everything you need, because you are everything you need. The universe is celebrating with you right now. The angels are rejoicing. The divine intelligence that created you is well pleased, because one of its children has finally awakened to their true nature and their unlimited potential. Go forward from this moment as the prosperous being you are. Walk in abundance, think in abundance, speak in abundance, give in abundance, receive in abundance, live in abundance. Not because you have achieved something or earned something, but because you are something. You are the very presence of prosperity in physical form. This is your truth. This is your reality. This is your life from this moment forward. Wealth is yours. Success is yours. Abundance in all things is yours. Claim it, own it, live it. You are activated. You are awake. You are prosperous. And so it is, now and forever.